Go beyond. Deepen this to Supersize You. Welcome to day 227 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today and all this week, we're focusing on spirituality all this month, but spiritual disciplines and practices. And so we're going to talk about different practices every day, and you might be doing some of them. We're going to talk about going deeper today into one particular practice that I am just getting pretty good at finally after a couple decades of dabbling in it. And that is meditation. We're going to talk about deepening our meditation because this is one practice where we get to tap into our deeper insight, our bigger person, our bigger me. I call it big me, little me, or big you, little you. The physical one that lives here on planet Earth, I call little me or little you. And the bigger spirit, the essence of who we really are, I call that big me, big you, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to make sense. We'll talk about it more. But today we're going to look at and ask ourselves, number one, first and foremost, do you meditate? Do you meditate? Have you ever meditated? That would be my first question. And if you do, how often, how frequently, what's your practice look like? And how is it making you feel? Is it making you feel better? Is it giving you a sense of calm and peace and flow and alignment and all the good things that we're looking for as we create the life that we want? I hope we're creating the life that we want. That's what I do every single day. I spend a little bit of time meditating, usually first thing in the morning, or if I forget in the morning, I'll do it right before I go to sleep, right before I go to bed. And I'm practicing a new thing called silent meditation. I learned it from Victoria Gallagher with the Believe app. And I don't know that we just use a timer in the Believe app. There's all kinds of apps and things to make anything you want to learn these days faster, easier, more efficient, and more effective, which is what I'm all about, right? How can I get the most benefit out of spending my time on any activity? And I think the same has to be true for our spiritual practices. We only get out of things what we put into them, but we only want to put our energy and our attention into things that actually benefit us. I think one of those things that's kind of hidden to the vast majority of the world and people is the ability to sit quietly and think for ourselves. That's to me what meditation is. Or it's just sitting quietly and focusing on I define meditation as, okay, you can go online and you can literally find thousands, if not tens of thousands of different ways, or even a million different ways to meditate. To me, I define things really simply so that I'll actually do them. So I define meditation as focusing on my breathing in some kind of a quiet space. Or if I'm in a really tense situation, just focusing on my breathing to drown out some of the things that are going on around me that I don't want to participate in. It's like why I don't watch the news. It's why I don't go to places where there's going to be a lot of negativity and discord. Why would we want to put ourselves in those situations? But some people do. And if that's for you and that drives you, go for it. But I will choose not to participate. So if you've never meditated, I challenge you today to start. Set a timer for 5 minutes, sit in a quiet, comfortable place, and just try to focus on your breathing and clear your mind of everything and anything. I contend that if every human would just quiet their mind for 5 minutes a day, the world would be a much better place. I know when I do, it helps me to look at things from a different perspective, see things from a different point of view, so that I'm not overreacting. I'm not responding in ways that I don't want to. I can tell you so many stories about responding in ways that I didn't want to. We won't go into all those today. So I've also found with meditation that consistency is more important than duration. So there have been times when I've gone off and I've like meditated for an hour or 2 hours. And does my mind stay clear for 2 hours? No, I'm up to 5 minutes with the silent meditation. I think I've gotten as high as 7, but that's it. And I continue to try to add to that. But usually by the time I have sat quietly for 5 minutes, I've got an idea that I want to take action on. And so I just go do it. But my goal is to be able to silently meditate for probably 15 or 20 minutes, but I'm definitely not there yet. 5 is about my average. So some days I'll stretch it to 7. I've gotten as high as, I think, 12. But, the mind wanders when we meditate. I think that's how we're wired. We're wired for constant thoughts and activity. At least some of our brains are. I guess everybody's brains are slightly different, but some of us have very high wired brains. Some of us have lower frequency wired brains. It's all different, but it serves us all because it's all for our benefit. It doesn't always feel that way, the things that happen in our lives, but it absolutely positively is. Even the things that we think are terrible at the time, turns out when we look back at our history, those were turning points for us, and they were turning points for us that we absolutely positively needed. Hopefully, with meditation, we won't get to the point where we haven't made a decision to drive our life in the direction we want it to go before we have some kind of a crisis or trauma or drama or incident that makes us change immediately, because we do have those in our lives sometimes. So what are we doing today? We are either going to meditate for the first time. I challenge you to set a timer and just do a silent meditation if you've never meditated before. And then I would love if everybody would commit to doing it every day for the next 7 days. As we focus on these practices, everybody's got 5 minutes a day. Heck, you can hide in the bathroom for 5 minutes or 3 minutes and do a silent meditation if you have to. Some of us have really busy lives and we have to do that. Do what you have to do to take care of you. What else would we like to chat about this topic? Again, all this week we're going to cover different spiritual practices. Why? Because we are first and foremost spiritual beings. Whether you believe that or not, we absolutely are. And so why wouldn't you tap into that and use that to create the life that you want and to your own benefit? That's what I say. I guess we could do reflective questions. If you want reflective questions, put reflection in or reflect in the comments, and I will add them as a comment. Otherwise, I don't feel the need to cover them today. It's Saturday in my neck of the woods. I want you to all go out and have an amazing Saturday. But find 5 minutes, or if you're already meditating, add an additional 5 minutes to your meditation practice today and see if that doesn't make a difference or an impact. It's kind of like the 5 whys to 7 why exercise we've talked about. I didn't think it was going to make a difference, but it made a profound difference in how I got to the true understanding of what motivated and drives me to do certain things or be a certain way. And I think that adding to our meditation practice has the same impact and the same effect. So test it out on yourself today and let us know how it goes. All right, go out, make it an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.